Delta News at 5 starts now.
Coming up on your Delta News at 5, things got riled up at a city council meeting. Residents and police officers gave their take on crime in the Delta. Details coming up shortly, but first, here's Steve Schill with the first look at your weather. Steve, it's chilly outside.
It's still cold out there, really cold last night and this morning. But we had plenty of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures warming. Wow, guess what? We got all the way up to 34 degrees today, 2 degrees above freezing. Right now, we're at 33 degrees in both Greenville and in Greenwood. Temperatures will climb as we head into the weekend. Yeah, folks, it's a grilling weekend. But as we head into next week, another round of bitter cold makes its way into the Delta. And is that snow? We may be talking snow. Well, I'll have your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Renee, back to you.
All right, thanks, Steve. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. We begin in Greenville, where several residents and city officials are speaking out about what needs to be done about crime in the city. At a news conference today, Mayor John Cox addresses the recent significant increase in armed robberies and auto burglaries, as well as the past year's crime rates. For 2013, violent crimes as well as property crimes increased in Greenville, and that's according to the police department. Mayor Cox is commending law enforcement officials on their most recent accomplishments. During the last 6 weeks, Greenville has experienced 10 armed robberies. 7 of those robberies were committed by 3 individuals who have been arrested and are in custody. In all of the armed robberies, arrests have been made or warrants are outstanding for their arrests. Due to the high number of armed robbery cases, Mayor Cox announces plans for crime prevention and control for the near future.
Plans for crime prevention and control for the near future include the following. Reconvene with the U.S. Attorney's Office within 45 days after she has had an opportunity to gather information and discuss local crime issues with all agencies which might be of assistance to the Greenville Police Department. A meeting with Greenville Crime Task Force members has been scheduled for February the 17th. The Greenville Police Department is currently identifying high crime neighborhoods or subdivisions for possible additional street lights, subject to budget considerations and council approval. A public meeting for purposes of informing more citizens of opportunity to establish neighborhood watch groups and encourage more participation in Crime Stoppers programs has been set for Monday, February the 24th at 5:30 p.m. at the Public Library meeting room.
Mayor Cox says more patrols have been provided in neighborhoods experiencing the burglaries. He says citizens can help prevent crime in Greenville as well by calling Crime Stoppers with information concerning suspected or known criminal activity. Call Energy at 1-800-9-OUTAGE and report burned out streetlights and join a neighborhood watch group. You can do that by calling Sergeant Cavanya Moore at 662-378-1515. You're going to hear from residents and their concerns coming up on your Delta News at 6. Now to a violent assault in Indianola. Police say a man used a screwdriver and a machete during an attack. Freddie Motton is wanted by the Indianola Police Department for his role in an assault on an Indianola resident this past weekend. According to the victim's statement, Motton attacked the victim with a screwdriver and a machete. The victim sustained injuries to the face and the head. Motton is wanted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. If you have information leading to the arrest of Motton, you are encouraged to call the police department in Indianola at 662-887-1811. And in other news, Greenwood Police Lieutenant Ray Moore has been named acting police chief of the city. The Greenwood Commonwealth reports the city council approved the interim appointment yesterday. Greenwood has been without a permanent chief since the retirement of Henry Purnell in September. Mayor Carolyn McAdams has said the search for a permanent chief is on hold pending a review of a city employment policy that derailed her initial nominee, Rob Banks. Johnny Langdon Sr. has been serving as acting chief, but he will retire January 29th. Moore is scheduled to take over on that day. The 57-year-old has been with the department for 17 years. Some good news for you. After helping people off the street during last night's freezing temperatures, the Salvation Army celebrated the grand opening of their new thrift store. The new 18,000 square foot facility sits along Highway 1 North. taking the place of the former Mallet Furniture Store. From clothes and TVs to beds and appliances, Greenville residents packed the store. You could say the grand opening resembled Black Friday. Most of the items for sale were donated from the surrounding community, but some items such as clothing and kitchen utensils were donated by Walmart and other nearby stores.
Praise God, it's happening. We'd had like 3 false starts because we just wasn't ready, and finally got everything together to get it open and just to see the smile on people's faces when they come in to shop, because this truly is a ministry first and foremost.
All of the earnings from the thrift store will go towards operating costs for the store and community events to help the Delta. A new driver's license testing station in Grenada is officially open for business. The Department of Public Safety, Mississippi Highway Patrol, along with the Grenada County Board of Supervisors and city leaders were on hand for the grand opening and ribbon cutting to officially open the new driver's license testing station. This new station will serve Grenada County and surrounding counties with their driver's license needs without having to drive a long distance to cities like Batesville, Greenwood, or even Jackson. It's located at 1230 Fairground Street behind the Cross Country Seed Store in Grenada. A fire at a North Mississippi biofuels plant has been extinguished. The fire was put out about last night around 7:30. It had been burning since early Wednesday at the plant near New Albany. There were also at least 3 explosions at J&S Biofuels, formerly known as North Mississippi Biodiesel. Mississippi Emergency Management Agency spokesman Brett Carr says the firefighters used 100 gallons of foam and 20,000 gallons of water to put out the blaze. He says crews currently are working to ensure that mixture doesn't get into area rivers and streams. Plant manager Carl Harlan says that by Thursday afternoon next week, Thursday this week, I should say, the fire was limited to one site on the property. He estimates the damage could be in the millions, but no injuries were reported. More than 50 homes still evacuated. A new plan to ensure teachers get paid in August has been voted on by state lawmakers, but school board leaders believe the fix is not legal. State House members have passed House Bill 71 by a 120-0 vote. The new bill directs school districts to pay all employees in equal monthly installments. Lawmakers hope this bill will end problems created by a recent Attorney General's opinion saying it violates the state constitution to pay employees for work not yet performed. School start dates are being pushed back, and school leaders across Mississippi say employees won't work enough to earn a full August paycheck. And just to give you a glimpse of how cold it is not only in the Delta but in Louisiana, the Boys and Girls Club in Central Louisiana got a snow day today. Take a look at this. Here's what it looked like in Alexandria just after midnight. The snow blanketed the sidewalk and a few vehicles in the parking lot of our CBS sister station affiliate KALB. Now it's brutally cold. It's a brutally cold day for not just residents here, but tens of millions of Americans. An Arctic blast stretches from Canada down to the Gulf Coast. Omar Villafranca has the latest from Dallas.
It's the worst winter storm to hit the Texas Gulf Coast in years. Schools are closed, power's out.
Coming up on your Delta News at 5, chaos in Egypt. Several are dead after a series of bombings. And later, one Tennessee hospital is treating its patients and employees. We'll tell you about a skin illness that's going around. But first, we hear from Steve Schill. He has another look at your weather. Steve?
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Some light snow here in the Magnolia State down south near Natchez. They picked up nearly an inch of snow, huh? Nothing here, though. Just too dry out there. Let me get you through your Friday evening. Chilly out there. Not as bad as it was, though, yesterday with those strong winds coming out of the north. Now we have a south-southwesterly wind. It's a warmer wind, but you wouldn't know it by looking at those temperatures, huh? In the 20s through 11 o'clock tonight. I'll have your forecast coming up after the break. You're watching WXVT at your Delta News at 5. A happy Friday to you.